interest rates come down. We've seen our income growth remain flat at the lowest level on earth. I mean, are you happy about the 2 and 1% increases in your wage every year? Of course you're not. So what's happening with prices? The grey line is our inflation rate, right? So that's what we make, that's what we spend. So this is good, Ironburn, because we're making a lot more than we're spending. That's good, right? That's called prosperity. We love prosperity, right? So that's the prosperity gap. There's no prosperity. No, it's gone. And this, of course, is, what we've seen internationally, exactly the same outcome. But you see, we've come late to this lack of prosperity environment because we had the mining boom that saved us through 2011. Thank you, China, iron ore, coal, etc. But that ended, and we had to start cutting our rates. But in the US, the Eurozone, and the UK, they've been cutting rates since the GFC, which was 2008, right? So, they've been in this low growth, stagnant environment for nearly 10 years. And exactly the same thing has happened. No incomes growth, and people aren't happy. So the latest, I guess, tool in the toolkit is protectionism. Hello, Mr. Trump, and your trade war. Welcome to the trade war. Okay? Beautiful. We're going to love that in Australia, a trade war. So, this is the product of a different economy. So this isn't an economics lecture, although I'm very tempted to ask questions at the end. So, anything. So, it's all very interesting, I guess. What does it all mean? Well, what it certainly means is we'll just look at the chart as it goes here. So this is real wages growth. So this is us going nowhere. This is the difference between what we make and what we earn. Real wages growth. So wages less inflation. Lower going nowhere. So, now, this is the conundrum. We have, of course, as everywhere else has, we've had a good improvement in our unemployment rate. Fabulous, right? It's down by 1% since its peak 2 years ago. Now, the US has an unemployment rate of 3-point-something. Wow. Lowest since 2000. Full employment. Wow. You're happy, right? I've got a job. Well, hang on, I'm not making any money. How come you're happy? I'm working for nothing. Why do you think Mr. Trump got elected? I'm not backing Donald Trump, I'm just using it as quite a witty example of what's happening in the real world. But this is the point. Low interest rates are supposed to generate more spending, which then generates more capacity for businesses to grow, which then creates more demand for labour, which then creates competition for workers, which then puts up wages and on we go, right? You understand? That's the difference. And then we get wages growth and inflation, and then we've got to put interest rates up again. But it hasn't worked this time. So you might not understand this, but we all have an agreement with the government. Did you know that? It's an unsigned compact. And the government says to us, in terms of economic policy, we will get you a job. That is our role. We will get you a job. Every economy has that same purpose. We will get you a job. And then the rest is just, money for jam. The rest is you just get on with your life, you get prosperous, but we will get you a job. Now, it hasn't worked this time. We've got you the job, governments have got you the job, but it's not going. So are you happy? Are the US workers happy to have been working for 10 years and going sideways? No. The blame game's on. Firstly, you get the politicians, you blame them, you kick the old lot out, you get to bring some new lot in. Alright? Because they can fix everything. Of course, that's what they promise, because that's how they get in. And when you're unhappy, you'll vote for it.